Troja Palace is a Baroque palace located in Troja, Prague's northwest borough, Czech Republic. It was built for the Counts of Sternberg from 1679 to 1691. The palace is owned by the city of Prague and hosts the 19th-century Czech art collections of the City Gallery. The palace's design has been influenced by French and Italian architecture and is mostly the work of French architect Jean-Baptiste Mathy. The latter also built the Palais BAROQUE in Prague, currently the French embassy. Prior to Mathy, Domenico Orsi worked on the castle. Silvestro Carloni was the master builder. The stairs between the palace and the gardens are the work of two sculptors from Dresden, Johann Georg and Paul Heermann. They sculpted statues representing the fight of gods and giants. The terrace is decorated with a rare collection of vases made by Bomelli, also active in Slavkov-u-Brna, at Slavkov-Austerlitz Castle. The central axis of the garden projects towards the spires of the St. Vitus Cathedral in the Prague Castle. The palace's main room is decorated with a magnificent Baroque Habsburg's apotheosis. Many mythological elements are presented in this trompe-l'oeil decoration. It was realized by the brothers Abraham and Isaac Gein, painters from Antwerp who commenced their work at the castle in 1690. The paintings are considered to be among the best examples of Baroque fresco painting in Northern Europe. The frescoes use illusionist effects and narrate in a triumphalist way the history of the Habsburg dynasty. The design follows the Baroque schema of architectural symbolism whereby the ceiling depicts the celestial world and the walls the terrestrial world. The ceiling is decorated with celestial beings that were said to protect the Habsburg territories. Underneath the curved surfaces below the ceiling, angels and putti are floating before trompe-l'oeil architecture showing scenes from Habsburg history. In 1679, Count Václav Wojciech of Sternberg commissioned a grand, rural mansion that now rests on the outskirts of Prague. The Troja Chateau was designed by painter-turned-architect Jean-Baptiste Mathy, who was strongly influenced by the Baroque. The house connects to its landscaped gardens by way of a two-winged, monumental staircase that is the focus of the facade. Since there was no sculptor in Prague trained in classical styles at the time, Georg Heermann was brought over from Dresden to carve the figures for the staircase. Count Sternberg had a penchant for mythology, so he asked Heermann to recreate a famous scene from Greek and Roman lore, the epic battle between the Olympian gods and their Titan relations. Heermann transformed the space between the wings of the staircase into the gloomy pit of Tartarus, where the defeated Titans were cast. Jupiter and Minerva observe their fallen foes from the landing above while other Olympians line the balustrades. This elaborate staircase and the rest of the property were given to the Czech state in 1922 by the last private owner, Alois Svoboda. Although extensive restoration work was done on Troja Chateau in the 20th century, the exterior staircase was still plagued by moss, lichens, and algae. The biological growth was caused by high humidity and poor ventilation of the sandstone structure. In 2002, WMF helped the Prague City Gallery develop a preservation and maintenance plan for the staircase and its mythological decoration. A team was organized to assess the biological damage, document the site with photographs, and analyze stone samples to prepare for the restoration project. WMF involvement catalyzed the conservation effort, which was continued by the Prague City Gallery and local specialists. The Troja Chateau, with its Roman-inspired architecture and historical legacy, is unique in the Czech Republic. The palatial complex conceived by Count Turnbeck and designed by Jean-Baptiste Mathy is an impressive part of Prague's suburban landscape, and now functions as a museum with a permanent exhibit of 19th-century Czech art. In the warm seasons, its terraced gardens are open to the public and the two-winged staircase continues to dominate its facade.